start clapping right now for Denise Greenwood.
God, how do I follow a bad comic? How's everybody doing tonight? Give it up for all the comedians you've seen here so far. Yeah. All right. Listen, I had the worst day ever yesterday, man. Let me tell you, I found a fucking dead body in the trunk of my car. Creepy, right? Pretty crazy, right? Oh, let me tell you, I only have one question for that. Where the hell did the other one go? Let me explain. You know, I was raised in your typical, loud, dysfunctional, fucked up family with all the bells and whistles. However, I knew the day would come where I had to, pick a career path, and I knew I had to choose wisely. Okay? I knew I wanted to be respected. I wanted to be, looked up to. I wanted peace and quiet. Hell, I wanted to be in charge. So I became what any sensible person would probably become, a mortician! Give it up! Yeah! Thank you! Love it, yeah. But I'm also a beautician. Yeah, I'm a mortician and a beautician. I can make you beautiful and embalm you dead, both at the same time. Yeah, 2 for 1. Listen, cadaver, whatever, dead or alive, it's no diff to me. But with this, I obtained the world-renowned book on beauty and deserology. Translation, cosmetology for the dead. And believe it or not, this book was entitled Coffins and Caskets for the Claustrophobic. No shit, man, let me tell you, this book was monumental. Okay, forget the formaldehyde, you guys. This book stood up on its own. It had no words, only photographs. Yeah, like the old black and white ones, like really creepy. And all the heads were like all over the pages. So you had your horizontal look going like that. You had your vertical look going like that too, Crazy. So I thought this was completely natural and common in deceased people. So recently, I had a wife come into my establishment, and she had brought in her deceased husband. Now he was wearing a gray flannel suit, but she didn't want him buried in a gray flannel suit. She wanted him in a blue flannel suit, probably to match the pigmentation in his cheekbones at this point, right? I said, no problem, man. Come on over and check out my stiff collection of suits over here. Come back in 15 minutes. I'll have him laid out. He'll look marvelous. She says, great. She comes back 15 minutes later. She looks down at her deceased husband. She looks up at me and she says, oh my God, Denise, I barely recognize him. What a fantastic, amazing, incredible job you've done. But tell me, how in the world did you do this in such a short period of time? I just looked up at her and smiled and said, oh, it was no problem. I just switched the heads. Gotta do what you gotta do. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Oh, but in this field of the macabre, they have what I like to call deceased oddities. Yeah, and in one of the strangest oddities I've ever encountered was a man that was brought to me who passed away from what was called retainus. I see you guys all out there going, what the hell is that? Well, let me tell you, that retainus is the act of retaining farts that you do not want to let out in public. What the hell? We do this. It is a natural human function, people. We do this, and they have a fancy name for it. Look at you guys all out there like you've never fucking had it. Come on, yeah, let's get real here. Let's face it, we've all been in our, we've all been down those aisles at our favorite store. You got retainers, and you can't get past that front of you to even try and make it to go to the bathroom, when you really, all you really want to do is B-52 your ass out the exit to that parking lot so you can just let it rip. Retainers, not a pretty sight. Beano out, people. Trust me, carry those tongues with you at all times, because you never know when you've got to go. Now, before I leave, I'd like to leave you all with some words of wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please, if and when your time comes, choose your mortician wisely, because it will be your last eternal selfie that you will ever have. So choose wisely. I'm Denise. Thank you so much, and have a great time. Woo!
All right, give it up for Denise.